We're about to tour a 3,000-gallon system full of amazing corals, but this isn't your typical fish store tour, and that's because this farm is inside of a garage. This entire garage store belongs to Tristan over at TRSC Aquatics. Can you tell us a little bit about this crazy system that you got here?
Oh wow, this is honestly just a hobby that just got out of hand. Right?
A hobby?
Yeah, started off with just my 350 over there, and then wife said, you can have the garage, do whatever you want. I was like, do I have to have cars in it? No, I said, perfect. And then display went in, tank started building up here, and you know, we started going out to a lot of shows, and now we run an online store. You know, I'm doing it part-time, my wife is doing it full-time.
It's not just a one-car garage, guys. I want to make this clear. This is a two-car garage on this side and a whole nother garage on that side, and he used every square inch of this space to put aquariums, which we're gonna get into all of them. I guess we could start in the first room. This is the one-car garage where it all started. It's set up exactly like it would be if you were to go to a typical, you know, fish store tour. Actually, it's kind of, I think it's a little bit cooler. Did this start with all of these tanks in here, or?
No, actually what we started off with were the outside tanks. Right?
All right.
We set up like a horseshoe. And it made it easy because I can roll around in my chair here and go to every tank and see what was inside of each tank, whether or not the coral is doing well. And that's really the benefit of being here 24/7, right? We live here, we work here. Added this guy when we started running out of space for sticks. We found that they didn't do well with too many other corals mixed in because of lighting, right? They needed way more intense lighting. So here we're probably pushing around 250, 300 par, while on all the outside it averages around 100, 150. We don't want, when corals get to other people's tanks and they don't have 400 or 500 par, for them to do a rapid color shift, right?
Yeah.
So we find that they ship better when they're held in more of a kind of a normal par.
Yeah, speaking of lights, it looks like you have Reef breeder lights on all of these tanks.
Yeah, so we actually have a combination, right? So on the outside here are the ORT247Bs, right? Those are made by Ocean Revive. They have best color representation without using glasses, so we really love those. And then Reef breeders reached out to me.
Yeah, that was these.
And I started off with two of these guys. These are V2 36 inchers, and this is over a 6-foot tank. And I can get all the way up to like 500 par out of these guys, like
wow.
Easily. I think they're at like 65% right now. Is where they're at max. For everybody who's doing a ramp up and ramp down, these turn on and they turn off. That's all they do.
Yeah.
Day in and day out, never fail.
Hey, look at those cute little things up there. What's the filtration and then the all that good stuff?
Super duper basic. It's something that I kind of stress for customers that they don't need to have so much crazy filtration and things. It's really easy. It's 40-gallon breeders. Over here, this is my Xenia Fuge. And all this grows is Xenia and anything else I can find, I throw it in here.
For anybody wondering how Xenia grows, be careful where you put it because it could take over your entire tank. Usually it's really, really cool looking and it looks awesome in tanks. Just sometimes, usually I put it on like a rock by itself, away from other things, so it doesn't jump across and do this to your whole tank.
On this side here is a cryptic fuge. It's completely dark. There's no light that makes it in there. Just some ambient light makes it in there.
And it stays dark the whole time.
It stays dark all the time. It's never cleaned. It's never drained out or anything like that. And then down here are just two standard sumps, right? One small skimmer. It's kind of comical that we use such a small skimmer. But our problem in here is not getting rid of nutrients. It's keeping nutrients.
Are all these systems plumbed together?
Yes. So this is what we consider a clean system, right? So stuff from here doesn't make it over there unless it goes through a dip or a quarantine.
So all of these corals are available online. This whole room is this whole room and that whole room online, or just like this is your online
just
room?
This room here is online.
Okay.
Every so often we'll have things from over there, like large LPS and stuff like that we'll put up there as well.
I think we gotta check out some of the coral on this side before we head to that side, because some of these pieces, actually all of these pieces, look insane. I was eyeing these. These look pretty freaking nice. Yeah, like that one's really nice.
That is crazy. It's a rainbow wall with orange and pink.
I've been really getting into like more so of, I mean, not like high end stuff, but I've been liking the hammers. It's nice when you have a little bit of flow. These peach ones are pretty nice, pinky peachy ones. I didn't even notice this tank over here. Literally every corner that you look in is just water, water, water everywhere. It's crazy. This tank looks like a lot of zoas, mostly. Some fire cloves right there. I got those at the house. This is a Leviapora, right? These guys?
This is Albiapora, yeah.
Yeah.
Albiapora.
What's I always do that. I can never guesstimate how far the water is. What's like one of these frags going for? Or this is like a colony.
Oh, $40.
40 bucks for that?
Yep.
Dang.
So all of the gummies in that tank are actually just $59.99 and the Albies are $40.
I don't think you guys can tell like how big this actually is, but like it's an entire finger like wide. That's crazy.
And it's growing captivity from that colony back.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, from over here.
Yep.
So these are all aquaculture.
Yep, frags off of that.
Nice. Woo.
Chicago.
Huge.
The Chicago and the regular Sunburst, they're fine together. But the minute you put a Colorado in here, it's a problem. Same thing with Black Widow. So those are all Black Widow nets.
These guys in here?
Yep.
I didn't know you couldn't mix them. I swear, you learn something new every day. So all of these are Black Widows?
Those are all Black Widow nets.
This is a cool little tank too.
Oh yeah. I put a lot of my high-end shrooms and stuff like that in there.
Nice little jawbreakers.
Some jawbreakers.
Running the AI, what AI is that?
That's a Miro 5. These are all actually the same exact NEM.
Really?
Yep. And some of them get a little bit of higher par. They turn really bright red like that.
Huh.
Right? Because
And the
they're
bubbles.
Yep. And they bubble up. And like, so these are some of my my favorite
I peeped that.
little hidden,
That's a little
hidden
mushroom,
gems
right?
right there. Yep.
What's that one called? That's insane.
So that's a Candy Crush and Godzilla.
Not for sale.
They're not for sale yet. Not for sale yet.
This is the most buttons I've seen too at once. Usually people have like 1 or 2.
Oh really?
Yeah, I've never seen like
Yeah,
25 of them.
Bugs are actually pretty tough. We find that we have to run them through a couple of rounds of antibiotics, a couple of dips to really get them to fluff out really well. And funny enough, these are actually different types
Those are
of bugs.
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy looking scolies. Well, I call them scolies, but buttons
Yeah.
scolies. Ooh, that's nice. What is the difference between Bower Bankies and Acams? Like they
They're
kind of.
polyps, right? So,
Okay.
so these are Bower Bankies right here. Just to give you an idea of how big polyps
Oh
are.
wow. Okay. Okay. So similar to the Acan, just much bigger
Yeah,
in
just
terms
much
of looking.
bigger polyps, yeah.
And then finally, the tank in the center, just full of sticks. The whole thing. Look at those colonies over there. We got the babies over here. We got more colonies over here. It is just completely stocked. What are a couple of your favorite pieces in here? Let's do that.
So some of my favorites, actually my favorite ever, is the PC Rainbow.
That's a good one.
I always end up buying PC Rainbows at almost every show that I go to because everybody's PC Rainbow looks different.
That looks crazy.
And, yeah, it looks pretty neat. I love Millie's. This guy right here is always one of my favorites here.
So bright.
Oh yeah, bright yellow. Then I got really into Monty's. I don't know, like I've collected all the different kinds, right? So Kung Pao and Juicy Fruit and all the fancy names.
Is this a clownfish?
Yeah.
What
So
in the world?
This is Coco.
Coco is huge.
Yeah. Coco's about 11.
Years old?
Yeah, 11 years old. She's one of my first ever fish. She's outlived 4 husbands. And now she believes that she and I are bonded. Right? So
What is this guy?
this guy right here?
Yep.
Don't know. It's unknown. So it's one of the unknown ones. Then, and what we'll find is a lot of times we'll get these in, and we don't know what they're going to become. So we hit them under a couple of different par, and then we'll cook them. Basically, we cook them. So that guy, when he came in, looked like this guy.
Ah, okay. This guy's a lot nicer.
Right, and that's basically. So this guy's about 6 months in, and this guy's about 3 months in.
And what you had? Which one? Lower par or higher par?
So these are in right around the same amount of par, right?
Okay.
Just that this one here has been longer than this guy.
Okay.
So we're looking to see whether or not we'll get some new colors out of them, but it's always fun to kind of see who comes in and what they end up doing, you know.
Most of them are really nice sized frags, so when you're ordering online, you're not getting like a baby pinky nail kind of thing.
Stuff like this.
Yeah. Ooh, what is that?
PC Rainbow.
Don't forget, I am flying one of you guys out to Skellyfest Miami. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is subscribe to this channel and drop a comment down below. The winner will be selected on August 12th. All the giveaway rules are down below. I think we've seen enough of this tank for today because we could just be here all day, and that room is twice the size. So let's just start over here. You got some display tanks, which is a nice little change up too, starting up.
Yeah, so on this tank here, we're trying out a different rock. These are from a company called Reef rocks. See those little lines? When you get them, that's what you see at first, right? So each part matches up to a part.
So like this pink could go with this pink, or vice versa. But that's pretty cool. I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, so
like
it makes these really cool trees.
Yeah, I like it. I feel like there's a lot of room for like just crazy stuff.
A lot of swimming.
Yeah.
This is actually connected to the room on the inside, right?
Other side?
It's like, yep.
Okay.
So it's connected through the wall, and this is where we put a lot of extra stuff, right?
Ooh.
So this is all built out of extra stuff. White zombies.
Very nice.
While we're away on vacation, to make sure that flow is working, we have ducts that sit inside of the tanks.
It's actually
and
genius.
They float around so we can see them, that the flow is working, right? So this is coral quarantines where we frag them first. That would be ready for sale, right? So we would dip this go through, and then this would make it online and ready to go. But
over to that side.
Over to that side, right?
Okay.
We would shoot it. But then sometimes we just run into issues where corals are going too fast. And this is what's called the $10 section.
Oh, this is the $10 section.
So I have reefers that come here every week, and they try their first acros, they try their first monties, they try their first setosas, and everything from this section to this side is $10.
Nice.
So when new LPS come in, they go in here, and this is where we stuff them full of food. Our food of choice here is quantum, so we use a lot of quantum, and so everything here, like all of these guys, this is where they would go first, and then they just get stuffed until they get as fluffy as they possibly can.
I find it interesting that like almost all the places that I go tour, usually it's like Radions, and then they're using all like Ecotech products and stuff. I like that you're using things that aren't like top of the thing and still getting amazing results. Like that's super
absolutely.
cool.
We're G-boys, right? We have everything at our disposal, right?
Yeah.
Radions, everything. We're using it all, right? We're using Kessels, Radions, those Alibaba E-bars.
Oh yeah, these are Kessels right here.
Those are Kessels right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Alibaba E-bars. We're using Reef readers, more E-bars. We're using J-Valve power heads. And the crazy part is that about this hobby is that some people don't want to get in because it's so expensive.
Right.
And it's even worse if they find out that they don't enjoy it and they want to get out and realize they spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
What we're showing people here with this equipment is it's definitely possible.
Just to be clear, there's nothing wrong with going like super well known in the industry like Radions. You guys know I'm a big fan of Radions. And then there's also nothing wrong with going with ones that are a little bit under that, because like you said, they turn on, they turn off, and look at the results that he's getting. So like on the point that you said, I always like to say too, it's like, yeah, reefing can be really expensive if you want it to be. Like, it doesn't have to prevent you from getting into the hobby just because you see lights that are $600 a piece. Like, you don't have to get those, and you can still get great results. So yeah, don't twist my words.
All of the fish that go in these tanks are all rescue fish.
That's really cool.
So basically, they're either fish that got too big, fish that people didn't want, fish that ate other people's coral.
And then you have them in tanks full of coral. I don't know if that's the smartest idea, but hey, it's working for you. So.
But yeah, they're all rescue fish. These guys right here are called Dioceras plates. And you know, I had 2 of them or 3 of them for such a long time, and I kept waiting for them to split apart, like little leaves, right? And they wouldn't do it. And eventually, I was like, okay, fine, I'm just gonna cut them. So I cut them, and I made those frags down there. And wouldn't you believe it, they grew faster than the parent colony. And a good friend of mine, Grace, up at the Reef farm, she told me sometimes to get a coral to grow, you have to cut it. This is called Acan maxima.
What it is? I mean, obviously they're bigger.
Yeah, so they're bigger. They grow leafy. They usually have a lot of like really big single polyp versions of it. Almost look like mini scolies.
Yeah.
But They grow just like acans, and they're really cool.
So now how do you tell the acan maximas from the Bauer Bankies?
We get them as acan maximas, and the only way that we'll know that they're actually acan maximas versus the Bauer Bankies. The Bauer Bankies will be more fleshy, right?
Flesh,
so
okay.
They're a lot more fleshy. These here, you know, they're really soft and squishy, and then you touch them, and they're actually hard.
Really?
A lot of it's hard.
No, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm a little weenie when it comes to touching coral.
So it's a little bit harder there, right? And obviously because they're doing that little splitting situation that's going on. Like
really cool looking though.
Yeah.
This is sweet.
Wilsos.
So nice.
Wilson eyes actually. These are old, especially this bad boy.
Woo! Thing is huge. Humongous. Look at that. It's got like blue rim around. That's insane. How are these difficult to keep?
So, yes, they can be, right? And the reason being is when they come into the trade, there's cold water and warm water varieties of them. And I'm pretty much convinced, you know, don't take my word for it, but how they're acclimated when they first come in is super important. When we get these guys in, we'll tend to have them in very, very cold water at 68 degrees, right? So we'll chill one of our tanks down to about 68 degrees. And then over, you know, a month or two, we'll raise the temperature up until it's normal temperature. That's the way that we found to keep them, to have them keep their color, and also to have them not start degrading very fast. These are very, very old. Like, you know, they're really slow growers. And I don't know, this guy's...
So do you frag these out though?
Yeah, we'll frag them from time to time. Sometimes we'll actually sell the whole colony as it is to showpieces. But sometimes they're really tough to frag, and you really have to give them some time to heal. So one frag of this guy would actually be here. I would frag that ridge.
On the line, yeah.
Just to get that
bandsaw,
frag out.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So what would like a smaller frag of it be?
So like a smaller frag of something like this would probably be like $80.
Oh, that's not too bad. Look at how pretty it is.
Yep.
One more frag tank over here.
Yep.
More hammers, some torchies, right?
Yep, Western Aussie. Those are
really thin.
Lights.
They're super thin.
Yeah,
crazy.
Thin. So they grow like clusters.
Whoa!
Thick cluster.
Looks like a carpet now.
Watch that.
That's crazy.
This is a black light torches.
That's so cool. That's crazy. We are seeing a ton of new stuff today.
So these are double stacked rows, right? And the reason
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. So the reason we're able to double stack these guys, chopsticks don't really require that much light.
He just unveiled a whole entire new frag tank. I didn't even notice those were down there. That's crazy. Yep. Was it years before you started this garage, or months, or weeks, or days?
6 months.
6 months you went from that to this.
Yeah, 6 months.
It took 6 months to go from this room, which is insane all by itself, to this room. Like, what? I'm sure you guys are probably thinking, like, this has to be it. There's no way that he could fit any more tanks in his house. Well, you're wrong. There's two more, right?
Yep.
Right when you walk into the house, you are greeted by this massive 8-foot tank. Almost all sticks, looks like.
Yeah, the sticks. Well, that's a couple of.
What lights are you running on this?
So these are Radeon G5 Pros.
Nice. Kind of how big I want to go, guys, eventually. I'm not there yet, but from the Red Sea Max 250 to an 8-foot tank, I mean, I feel like it's the way to go.
It's right around 5 years old. It's been through about 2 revisions or so, where we've completely tore everything down and rebuilt it again. The last time we tore it down was to rebuild the rock structure. So all of my sticks that we have for sale, they pretty much come out of here.
Is this a green slimer?
No.
What is that? I've never seen like acro so thick.
I don't know the name of that guy.
That's like a tree. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a stag of some sort, because if you've noticed here with the blue stag right next to it, they actually grow, but they don't ever touch. They curve around each other, so they know each other is there.
That's so cool.
They just grow to avoid each other.
It's I've never seen a coral that thick that hasn't been in like an aquarium.
I can't cut that one anymore. I used to.
Yeah, you need a chainsaw to cut this.
Yeah.
I'm not even exaggerating, guys. That's probably like 1.5 inches thick. Probably like insane.
It's a trunk.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It literally is a trunk coming up from the rock. That's so cool. Hey, little urchin. Oh, yeah. Little urchin rocking out with a bunch of shell hats. Look at the reflection. So And MP40s on this guy.
Yep.
Literally got a variety of everything, all the tanks. I love it.
6 MP40s.
6 MP40s.
2 on the back, 20 to the side. So I got 100%.
How often are you water changing? Not just this one, but
once a month on this guy. I do about a 20 and 30 gallon water change. That's about it. Really, right out the window.
right out the window. I like it.
That one I never water change ever. I don't think I've ever done a water change on it. That's just giant and then land.
Yeah. Look at this clownfish is in heaven over here.
Yep.
What? Those are the crushed ones? I feel like I have those and they don't look like that.
Sunrise.
Oh, yeah, I have tequila sunrise. It doesn't look like that either. Mine's like turned real green and just has only the rim now. How many gallons did you say this guy was?
That's 360.
360 gallons. Woo! This would probably be the next upgrade because why, you know? I just need to have a wall that's 12 feet long in order to do that, but all right. There is one more thing to do. Are you guys ready? Just so you guys know, I'm not joking when I say that this is a garage fish store. Let's go. So cool. Guys, this is literally inside of a garage. Insane. Tanks on tanks. What do your neighbors think?
They think it's a public aquarium.
This is definitely not something that you guys see in every single neighborhood. I know I've never seen it in my neighborhood, but we are at TRSC Aquatics in North Carolina. Thank you so much, Tristan, for letting us tour your spot. He will be
Absolutely.
at Scallyfest.
I will be at Scallyfest.
September 23rd in Miami, Florida. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the
one more
next one.
thing.
Oh.
We're going to be at Scallyfest, but until then, you guys can use Dream State Living 20 to take 20% off on all of your orders.
Dang, 20% off. Dream State for 20% off TRSC Aquatics. I'm gonna go home and use that too. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Later.